She had lived a life dedicated to evangelism from age 14 until her passing when she was 68. She had many healing crusades between the 1940s and 1970s. She was one of the most well-known healing ministers in the world. When Katherine Kuhlman passed away in 1976, all of the power went out in an 800-bed hospital where she was at. Another event that happened was that she was gone in a blink of an eye, but her heartbeat should have read irregular, and then flatline. 15 minutes after her passing, a nurse went in her room to take her pulse, but found her body hot. Also, the air in the room was thick with the fragrance of roses. In fact, the 4 other floors were also overtaken by the scent of roses. The head nurse in charge went after the other nurse and told her that flowers were not allowed in the ICU unit where Kuhlman was at. However, the nurses smelled them and not a single one of them could be found there. They said that they felt the presence of the Holy Spirit, and it was overwhelming. Suddenly, one of the nurses dropped to a chair, weeping under God's essence there. When they checked the notes from earlier, they found that Kathryn requested to have only roses at her funeral and said that she would die at 1:13 a.m., the exact same time that the hospital declared her gone.
The very presence of the Holy Spirit is very marvelous in this place. And I still believe it, and I believe it with every hour of my being that we're so near the end of this dispensation. I believe it. That we're now seeing everything that happened in the early days of Pentecost, everything, when it was a perfect church. These same things are now being restored. There's one word that's very outmoded, and that word is revival.